all about Joshua Cheptegei from Uganda, a double world record holder, but Ingebrigtsen will have something to say. Men's 5,000 meters, 12.5 laps of the track, and they've asked for 12:57, although interestingly in the press conference where he spoke really nicely, did Cheptegei, he was saying he was targeting himself around 12:40, maybe even faster, he said rather teasingly, and he'll come over from the left of picture there, and well, 61 or 62 seconds per lap would give us around 12:42, 12:43, that sort of time.
So you put a 1,500-meter specialist in the front, Ryan Gregson of Australia, to set the good pace. And yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I was listening to in the hotel a table next to me where people were discussing the pace of this race tonight, and had the calculators out and trying. Oh, I think it's 12:55, and I think the point is how fast. Once the pacing stops, once we get 3,000 meters, if they get 3,000 about 7:45, and Cheptegei really wants to burn it up from there, then yes, he could run much quicker than 12:55. If they then in the 4th kilometer mess around a little bit, then yeah, we'll be in that zone. But these first 6 or 7 laps between Gregson and Koech, let's see them running 61, 61 and a half, keep it nice and even paced. No wave light here, sadly, because that's been a feature recently of some of these fast races, as we saw, or happened earlier in the week at the Ethiopian trials in Hengelo, where I think was it the top 4, top 5, maybe all went under 13 minutes, but 62.82 for that 400-meter circuit, if you like. But they started a little bit quick the first 200, so he settled in reasonably nicely, but he's got to keep this pace going well and get the rhythm set, if you like, in that sort of 61.5, 62 range. Don't let it fall too much.
Well, Indian file down the back straight, and there you can see Ingebrigtsen down at about 6th or 7th.
Well, here he is, the man of the moment, Tamberi in the high jump. The bar's now at 2:36. Only 3 men clear at 2:33. Ooh, that was a good attempt, wasn't it? I think that was Italian for close. I don't speak Italian, sorry, but it was close. Good attempt from Tamberi. So Brandon Stark is in this with him, and Ivanyuk, who's having such a good year.
So back in the 5,000 meters at Cheptegei. Back as the other pacemaker, Justin Knight from Canada, is going well. Hargus Gebriwet, we should mention him as well. Of course, 27 years old now, Olympic bronze behind Mo Farah in Rio back in 2016. So some big names in this 5,000 meters, but he's so easy on the eye, isn't he, Joshua Cheptegei?
2:35, Chris, first kilometer, which is pretty perfect, I think. You know, you didn't want it too quick the first kilometer. These guys can build the pace. McSwain and Ingebrigtsen have sat a little bit further back, and Henrik Ingebrigtsen's the only one who's detached, but they're well spread out, and that's because Koech has just lifted it a little bit here. But that 2:35 was a nice platform, a nice base to get this thing going, and the idea is the second K he was asked to try and pick it up. He looks as though he's done that certainly for a lap, but maybe they're just starting to bunch again. So a sense that perhaps, as we'll see here, we're looking for about a 62, just see what the clock says, 62.41. So perhaps a tad slow. Third attempt, 2:36, Tamberi. They're singing his name and they're wishing him on as he watches the 5,000-meter runners go by. This is live. Can he do it again? That bottom bend is about 150 people, 200 people are making a heck of a noise. He orchestrates the crowd to try and lift him here with his 3rd attempt. Second attempt was good, was close. Tamberi. .236. Here he goes. Oh! Well, it was wasn't the crescendo he would have liked, but a good competition from him. He'll finish in third place, having cleared 2:33 at the third attempt. And a somersault, trademark somersault to finish. Attacks it well. He looks in good form, doesn't he? But just not quite enough tonight. Two very good attempts. But just not quite enough tonight. Two very good attempts at 2:36 though.
5,000 meters, 8 laps to go. Joshua Cheptegei still calling the shots here with Gebrewet in second place. Talahun Haile Bekele from Ethiopia in third. Justin Knight still going well. Mohamed Ahmad, who was also on the podium in the World Championships, just behind him. So the two Canadians doing well, but Joshua Cheptegei calling the tune here. And we saw from that brilliant run, did we, in Monaco last year, when he smashed the world record. He's very, very capable of running solo from the front with 7 laps to go.
Yeah, sadly the pacemaking didn't quite work out. It slowed through that 2K. They ran a 2:36, and Cheptegei was like, okay, we got to get this moving now. So he's now picked it up. He'll get this rhythm going. 61 second laps. Gebrewet, Idris, others. But just look 6 places back. McSwain, Ingebrigtsen. Don't forget Ingebrigtsen still to break the 13-minute mark. I say still to break the 30-minute mark, as though he's been around long enough to do that. He's only 20, don't forget. But you can see there the gaps are appearing, more dropping off the pace. Cheptegei turning the screw, building the pressure, setting this fast pace.
So Cheptegei calling the tune here. When they come round next, it'll be 6 laps to go. Gebrewet tucking in, looking pretty comfortable in second place. Then it's Mohamed Ahmad ahead of Knight, his Canadian teammate. Ingebrigtsen just staying out of trouble there, stalking McSwain with 6 laps to go.
Just seeing Katir go through, had that big performance in Gator, didn't he? And he's moving out because the gaps have appeared, and Ingebrigtsen realizes that McSwain wants to try and close it. Katir moves up around the outside, the Spanish athlete, but that's a good 8, 9, maybe 10-meter gap now to that lead group, because Cheptegei is just making this tell. It's too early for some of them to be going at this pace. They know it, they understand it, and to be fair to Ingebrigtsen, he's doing his level best to try and get that second group back in touch with those leaders, but I suspect they're away and gone now, certainly the top 4.
Yes, they are, the 4 away into the second half of the race, and Cheptegei winding it up. So far, Gebrewet is there, Ahmed is there, Knight is there. The Canadians doing very well indeed. These 4 well clear, and then a gap back to Ingebrigtsen, and Mohamed Katir taking closer order.
Yeah, Ingebrigtsen doing a sterling job to try and even get close. They're going to go through 3,000 meters, about a second down on what they'd expected. I said anything for me around 7:45, a 2:32 kilometer is going to give him a great chance here to run quick. He can build it from here, even though he's already run a few laps in the front himself.
Women's long jump then. Malaka Mihambo. 2 no jumps so far for the German. So round 3. Bit of pressure building here. Oh, that's much better. Excellent speed on the board. Good height on takeoff. Trying to leap ahead of Ivana Spanovic, who was leading the way with 6:68 in round 2. .682, she's on the board, and she takes the lead.
Well, Chris, I'm really enthralled in this 5,000, because Cheptegei's not letting up at the front. He's still, he's gone 61.1, 61.2, 61.06, 60.9. But Ingebrigtsen has got back on the back of him. Justin Knight running a brilliant race and hanging in to this as well. A recent 3:33 for him. Katir now finds himself not able to go with Ingebrigtsen. Has a little look behind and is thinking, hey, I've got on this. They're well under 13-minute pace now, or certainly have the opportunity to go way under 13 minutes. It's just how can you finish? How strong are you? And tell you what, there he goes. The 20-year-old Ingebrigtsen mixing it with Cheptegei, Gebrhiwet, Ahmed and Knight. Unbelievable, these 5 men now. Maybe Cheptegei slowing, is he, Chris?
I think he is, but that group of 4 who look to have gone, now a group of 5, and significantly, as you say, Ingebrigtsen is in 4th place with 3 laps to go. Remember, he's never broken 13 minutes, he's still only 20 years old, does much of his training at threshold level, likes to dictate from the front, certainly over 1,500 meters, but at the moment the man at the front is Cheptegei, with Mohamed Ahmed in second. Gebrhiwet still there in second place. He's looked very, very comfortable indeed. And a man we haven't mentioned very much is the world champion, Mukhtar Idris, who's out of the picture at the moment, but very, very impressive indeed.
I think Idris actually dropped off. So did Henrik Ingebrigtsen, but look at his brother, look at his younger brother. He looks authoritative, he looks strong. Cheptegei did drop the pace on that previous lap. It was his slowest for 5 laps, 61.4. Nothing to be sniffed at, of course. Justin Knight looks under pressure. Ahmed, his teammate, who has run 12:47, moving up. They're just starting to bunch. Even Katir is getting closer. And Cheptegei, is this a 62? Somewhere around about that. Let's see. Yes, it is. 62.6. Another slower lap. So the pressure on now. Cheptegei in the front, but he's got so much company and he's going to get more as Katir gets closer.
It's almost as it's rope-a-dope stuff, isn't it, from Cheptegei? He's putting surges in, but what a performance to get back on terms from Jakob Ingebrigtsen. Was really out of it as Ahmed now makes a move, and Cheptegei has been overtaken now on the shoulder, and Ahmed is taking closer order, and they're now bunching 4, 5 still there, Knight still in that group as well, and the lead changing. And look at this, Cheptegei is going backwards.
His stint at the front is over. Is his race over? He rallies a little bit, just steps in front of Justin Knight. Ahmed picks it up. Gebrhiwet looks feisty, doesn't he? Didn't win during the week at the Ethiopian trials at all. There's so many strong Ethiopian runners, but as they come round now, the bell in sight is Gebrhiwet, Ahmed. Ingebrigtsen looks strong. Cheptegei needs to try and stay in touch. Katir's within reach.
Well, Gebrhiwet, who's been there or thereabouts into the last 400. Gebrhiwet being stalked here by Ahmed. Ingebrigtsen now in 3rd, and well, Cheptegei, here's a turn up for the books, is going backwards. It looks as though his race is going down the back straight with less than 300 to go. Is this going to be Jakob Ingebrigtsen's night? Is this going to be another step, another item on the CV for Jakob Ingebrigtsen? Gebrhiwet still going strong with 200 to go. Gebrhiwet, Ahmed, Ingebrigtsen, these 3 now pulling clear. Gebrhiwet gritting his teeth, but here comes Ingebrigtsen. Is he timing his run to perfection? Gebrhiwet, Ingebrigtsen on the shoulder, and Ingebrigtsen's found another gear. This is brilliant from the Norwegian. An outstanding run, never before, remember, under 13 minutes for 5,000 meters. What a win! He's smashed his lifetime best. 12:48, the fastest time in the world this year, and a massive personal best for Jakob Ingebrigtsen.
And the fastest ever by a European. That beats Murhit's European record, I make it. Sorry, excuse me. Yes, I think it is, and we're going to check that. I'm pretty sure he's set a new European record. Yes, it is. You can see that A means area. So 12:49 has gone, replaced by this man. But I have to say, Chris, what a way to do it. You know, Cheptegei, we all thought once he started clicking off those 61s that he was only going to make it quicker from then on in. He didn't have the legs. Ingebrigtsen fought his way back. After 3,000 meters, that 4K, he put the hard yards in. Katir got dragged back. Ahmed, another great run from him. A national record for Katir for Spain. And Gebrhiwet bouncing back from a 4th place during the week at 10,000 into a great 5,000 here. But what can you say about this young man? I was chatting to him and his dad and his brother briefly in the hotel this morning. We were in the queue to get